from Team Pages, and I'm here at the BC Lions training field interviewing Angus Reid for a new series, Team Pages Chats with the Pros. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Anything to help you.
Thanks. So could you tell me about where you grew up and what your favorite sports were?
I'm a Richmond local, still live there today. I have 4 older brothers, so big athletic family, and I'm the youngest. So I grew up watching all the sports they played, and I think basketball would have been my favorite love. I'm talking grade 2, grade 3, grade 4. I mean, I was going to basketball camps when I was a kid all over the place. And then by high school, I realized I was growing wider than I was tall, and I fell in love with football by the time I didn't go out till grade 11. By the time I was a senior, I was in love with football.
Great. So you switched to football in...
I played, kind of after junior high. I realized basketball wasn't my calling. I love sports so much; it's what I wanted to do. And I have kind of a lucky background where 2 older brothers actually played professional. So my brother Mark played for the Lions in 1990. My brother Bruce played for the Stamps in '92. I was in elementary and high school when that's happening. So by the time my brother Mark was in the Lions, I started watching, going, "Oh, this is really fun." And by the time I was a senior, it's what I wanted to do.
Great. So you had a lot of support then, I see, from your family and friends.
A really good support circle. 4 older brothers is great to have, especially when they're athletic and they want to help their younger brother. Having a mom and dad that are willing to sacrifice whatever it takes to make sure they're at every game, also to help you make sure you get all your practices, to feed you and whatever friends needed food throughout the time, and just being there to encourage you. I couldn't ask for a better situation.
That's great. So you attended University of Simon Fraser, correct?
Correct.
And you played football with them throughout?
Correct. My story is a little tough, a little difficult. I went to university on an athletic scholarship, so I thought, Dad, you want to have school free, get to play sports, what could be better? After my second year there, I got really sick. My stomach got really, really sick, and I couldn't eat food. I had trouble digesting food. I went in and had everything looked at, and I basically had the symptoms of Crohn's disease, which is bad intestinal problems. And I was about 280 pounds at the time, and I lost almost 100 pounds. And I missed 3 years of football. And I was told I was coming.
So can I ask what you do in the off season?
Yeah, I've done a lot of things. I've been 10-year pro now. My dad and I have run a promotional printing business for 8 years. Screen printing, embroidery for companies and sports teams. It fits in pretty well. I've done a ton, probably done over 500 talks to kids. I've done public speaking around Western Canada on this type of subject, goals and dreams, and working hard and overcoming obstacles. We travel the country and speak to schools and teams. I've done a ton of that. I've done a lot of sports training, some mentoring, some coaching, a little bit of everything. I like to have my hands in all sorts of things, and I love being around youth because it's funny how being around the energy of youth keeps me energized. Seeing the love that the young kids have when they do things reminds me how much fun it is to do this. It keeps me coming back. Otherwise, it's sort of fun too.
Can I ask you what advice you have for youth who are playing sport and they let a play go past them rather than a goal or a try? And what advice do you have for them to get back in the game?
It's a very hard thing I can tell them. You have to learn from it, but if you dwell on it, you'll never move forward and it will paralyze you for the rest of the game. So I can tell them that. You just have to move forward. You have to take your foot and either step right or step left forward and not worry about what's behind you anymore, because everything lies ahead. Nothing lies behind you except for lessons and paralyzation. Really, you'll sit there and freeze over it. So that's a skill. It takes a long time to basically keep moving forward. And I'm only about 6'1", and I've got myself to about 300 pounds through hard work, but my 10 years in the league, I've pretty much been the smallest in the league my whole life. I mean, I'm too small. My arms are too short to play this position. I've done it for a long, long time. And I've always told people this. There'll be so many things that are out of your control that you can't control that might be negative. That people say, you can't make, you're too short, you're too slow, you're not smart enough, you're not quick enough. Get so good at the things that you can control than the things that you can't control. I couldn't get any taller. I just couldn't do it. My arms couldn't get any longer, but I could get smarter, quicker, stronger. The things that I could control, I got so good at them that the things that I couldn't, it didn't matter because they couldn't say no to me. Because everything I could do, I did it as well as possible. So focus on the things you can control, and the things you can't, don't worry about it, because there's nothing you can do about it anyway.
So did you choose to be an offensive lineman, or did the position choose you?
I was a defense lineman when I first started, but I was a lineman because I was just kind of stout and strong, and it's sort of, coach sort of put you where you have your best fit. Nobody wants to be an offensive lineman. Everybody wants to score touchdowns and throw the ball, and that's natural. When you're young, you think it's a boring position, and then when you get older, you realize it's a great position because we know exactly who we're going to hit. The defense has no idea who we're hitting. I'd much rather know who I'm going to hit than have no idea who's coming after me. And you play a long time. It's a cerebral position, which is nice because you can get better with age due to getting smarter, craftier, wiser. Your footwork can be better just because you understand the game more. Whereas running backs, receivers, you get older, you get a little bit slower. Nothing you can do about that. Linemen, you can still be craftier. It's all about understanding angles and how you do it. When I was a kid, who wants to be a lineman? You got to push people around. But when you get older, you take pride in it, and now there's no other position to fill it.
Is there a special diet you follow, or do you just eat whatever you want?
Yes, I eat more than a lot of guys do because, as I said, a lot of guys in my position are naturally humongous people. Like I play with guys 6'6", 6'8", 340 pounds, and that's just what they are. They are huge people, whether or not. They're the kind of guys that when football's done, I think they're going to have to really work hard to lose the weight. I'm on the opposite side of the scale where in normal worlds, I'm a big guy, but in football world, I'm not. I'm just a smaller guy on the line, so I have to eat more than most and probably do a lot more weightlifting than most to stay big. So I make sure I always get a lot of protein in my diet. I never miss a meal. I eat everything I can. I eat vegetables. I'll eat pastas. I'll eat meats. I'll eat everything. I try not to. Funny, I don't have a sweet tooth, so I don't like sugar. It's kind of weird. I have a meat tooth. I tell everyone. I like meat and dairy, and I love vegetables. And I just eat a lot. I don't miss meals, and I kind of taught myself to make sure that I'm always have enough. I have a full tank of the gas, so I never run on empty, and I'm always able to give it all.
So when you were playing for the Alouettes, were you really excited when you got traded back to BC?
Yeah, very excited. My mother heard it. I didn't get a chance to tell her. She heard it on the radio. She almost drove off the road. She turned right around back into the store to buy a bunch more food because I was coming home for dinner. But yeah, I grew up here my whole life. My brother played for the Lions. I grew up going to the games. I'm one of the rare few right now that live the real dream of playing for a hometown team. And I didn't think that was possible. You can't tell who's going to draft you, who's going to pick you. I end up in Montreal, and you have to be happy for the opportunity to make the most of it. There's living the dream and there's living the ultimate dream. Playing football is living the dream. The ultimate dream is at home, but it wasn't in my control. It was in my lightly, and I don't take it.
Do you also coach football?
A little bit here and there. Time constraints are tough because football season is the same time as run season. So I've never been an official coach. I help out from time to time. I give what I can. My real passion with kids is the strength and conditioning aspect, the training of athletes in the off season, getting them in shape. Letting them grow as a person.
Do you also coach football?
Discipline, learning hard work, learning focus, and learning the ability to make something out of yourself, to push a little bit further. Because I would say, without a doubt, the one reason I made it to this level was not because I was bigger than everyone out there. It's because I think I worked harder, and I spent my time in the off seasons training and getting myself quick and strong and smart and doing all the things that you don't have to do, but if you want to make it, you will. And that's where my love is, to teach kids that you can be better than you actually are if you want to work at it. I like guiding them in that direction.
So if some of the youth teams are watching and they want to train with you, can they train with you somewhere?
They can, you know what, I do have a website, angusreid64.com. It has a training part on it. Has some videos of what I'm doing, and it's getting going right now. I'm going to leave information on it, free information. There's an email there for it. It's just angusreid64, angus@angusreid64.com. They can email questions. I'm going to set up clinics in this off season. Every year I've set up a free weekend camp to teach basics, and then what I kind of do is I come in as more of a consultant and help out because I can't commit my full time to people, but I kind of help out where I can and see what I can do this off season. I try to give as much as I can in that area because it's a real love of mine. But they can go to my website. If they're on Twitter, I'm on Twitter. It's angus364. I give a lot of tidbits all the time, free information because I've spent my life learning it, and I'm near the end of my career now. I think what's good. What's the point of learning all that stuff if you can't pass it on to anybody? I've spent my entire life learning how to train the body, get it ready for sports, and if it just ends with me, what was the point of learning all that stuff? So it's out there right now. I'm trying to find a way to get it out even better, but for sure, I'm always around the ball.
Great. Well, thanks very much for joining us today. It was great to get to know you better, and I'm sure all the athletes are going to really enjoy this interview.
For sure.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.